potentially a gank here. Again, you see Whiteout coming in, taking a lot of free damage. Really needed to try and get some damage onto Peace Alien if he's going to try and do that. Lee Sin just waiting in the bottom bush. Looks like he might be trying to W in here and then go for a Q and slow. He's decided that it's not an opportunity. He's heading out. Blitzcrank just misses a grab there. Back to top lane. Renekton taking a lot of damage. He's now pulled minion aggro. He's trying to break this out. Love's coming in. There's the not enough damage. The ignite doesn't go off for Renekton. Just misses it. Love cannot get the kill. Pulls off the tower a little bit early there. He could have taken one more tower shot and flashed out towards this side of the lane there and probably survived and gotten the kill. A little bit worried about giving it. Blitz manages to land the pull. A little bit of lag there. Both exhausts are coming out right now. Blitz running towards Viveris. Pops his ignite on him. Or no, who's running ignite right now? Is it Graves? Graves is running ignite. Okay, well that is different. Not bad, just different. Blue side does have two pinks up, so they are relatively safe. Lee Sin did just walk by a ward. A little bit of trouble potentially. A lot of damage being traded mid. Fizz taking a lot of damage there from Lux, and he's just going to have to eat those auto attacks on his way, on his long walk back to the minion wave. So Brown Cakes did burn his flash and barrier there. Sona also burned her exhaust. Blitzcrank exhaust is down, and Graves ignite is up. So next time they pull, if Blitz manages to land a pull onto the Varus, he will not have any method of escaping. His flash is going to be down for the next little while in lane, which makes it very dangerous for him in this area. Now Malphite is just vastly out-leveling Renekton. Fizz misses a fish, unable to get the damage. Lux snared Evelynn under tower, taking so much damage here. Not enough mana for her ult, but just managed to pick it up with the ignite. Renekton just forced to farm under tower. He's going to miss a few of the creeps there. Lee Sin just holding that middle lane, making sure the experience does not go to waste. He needs to be a little bit careful here because Fizz can do a lot of damage to him. He doesn't have fish, so he probably won't be able to kill him. But he could take a lot of free damage. And this is a very difficult lane for Renekton now. Malphite has come back with a Giant's build, and he still has that Chain Vest from earlier. Malphite's not going to be dealing a lot of damage to Renekton, but Renekton's not going to be able to really push Malphite out either. And with that level advantage, it puts Malphite in a very safe position. Meanwhile, bot lane, they're just seeming to farm under tower here. Whiteout again, still very low on the top lane. He's in a very scary position right here. Renekton can almost ult combo him at this point. He's trying to sustain up, popping that potion. He does still have 2 potions remaining. Doesn't have his ward out on the field. Malphite does have a pink ward in the bush. Again, Renekton taking a lot of damage there. Malphite just needs to let his shield stack up, wait for that to pop passively, and then trade whatever his shield is up, and then he's just going to be able to out-trade Renekton. And that seems to be what he's doing. He just waits for his shield, goes in, attacks the back line, pushes it out, and he's just forcing this as to be like a farm lane. Renekton is managing to sustain relatively well in that lane from his Q. And the potions that he bought earlier, though. In mid, we're looking at a fairly even matchup. Lux did get that 1 kill on the jungler, but farm-wise, Fizz isn't that far behind in farm. 53 to 51 CS. It's a really good job by the Fizz here, as Lux can really push that wave, and Fizz can't as deeply. The Blitz manages to land the hook on Sona. There's a knockup. Graves, for some reason, is not going in all in here. I don't know what happened there. He should have been able to just auto ult the Sona, and then she should have died at that point. I'm not sure if that was a little bit of miscommunication or if they thought the jungler was around, but that really should have been a kill there for the Graves. And there's some chanting in the background for Team GSC, which is currently competing right now, making it a little hard to concentrate. I'm just sitting in a computer here a few over. Evelynn moving into a mid lane. Almost gets caught out by the Lee Sin there. Fizz still doing an excellent job at staying even in farm with Lux. For some, Lux has decided to go into a Catalyst first build, which is really rare for a Lux bid. Generally, you don't see the Catalyst. You ever see the Lux going into straight AP or a Chalice, Chalice into Athene's Unholy Grail. So I'm assuming she's going to be going for that Rod of Ages. Meanwhile, top lane, Renekton's getting himself into a little bit of a hairy situation. Fizz was there following up. He would have been there very shortly. But Battlesnarf's just kind of taking a lot of free damage. I feel like he was trying to bait that to Malphite, and then they decided not to go for it. Renekton does have his Brutalizer right now. Evelyn moving in. Malphite does catch a glimpse of him as Lee Sin was basing. A lot of damage coming out. They are not going to be able to take the Malphite down. They don't have enough damage right now. He is extremely tanky at this point in the game. Blitz manages to pull Sona. Sona just walks away. Graves not quite in position there to be able to capitalize. Malphite just farming top lane. Evelyn doing some camps in the jungle. Lux and Fizz still very even in that mid lane. Not really too much going on there. Meanwhile, bot lane, same thing. A lot of farming going on. Graves is a little ahead of Varus in damage right now. Varus must be sitting on a decent chunk of gold right now, sitting on 1370. He might be waiting for that 1500 to base and grab a 1550 to base and grab a BF sword, or else he could base right now and pick up Bilgewater and Longsword if he wanted to. However, he's decided not to base. He's just going to be staying in lane. Fizz jumping on the Lux, doing a lot of damage to Lux right here. I feel like Lux is maybe gone for that Catalyst just because she's scared of the Fizz Burst. Graves misses the Buckshot, not doing any damage. Sona and Verisol both kind of whiffing there. Graves getting extremely low. Lux Laser does manage to nick the Blitzcrank there, though. Loves. Blitz and Graves are just going to back. Varus should be sitting on enough money for his BF sword now, if that is the path that he's wanting to go. He really just needs to push this lane right here, push it into the opposing tower, and then base so that he can get back into lane without losing any minions. If he's forced to stay in lane, he's going to be in a very vulnerable position. Looks like he's pushed it a little bit. The wave has not hit the tower, though, as you can see. So Graves is going to get all of that farm when he comes back into lane. Battlesnarfs is farming the jungle. This game's relatively even. Follow-up. Looking at the Varus right now, he's looking to fight the Varus. Varus seems very scared of this Graves at this point. I don't think Varus realizes that he can just outduel the Graves. If he manages to click on the Graves, yes, he does get tanky from his passive, but without stacking up that passive, Graves has no bonus armor at this level. Varus is probably sitting on an extra decent chunk of armor. I don't know how to click it to see it. Love just grabbing up that blue buff. He will not be donating that to his mid laner. He's going to grab that for himself. Renekton staying in the top lane. Looks like he's going to pop down a ward there. Needs to be a little bit cautious because Malphite has been picking up the pink, so Malphite could just potentially pink that. Probably noticed that Malphite didn't have a pink at that point. Malphite has completed his Sunfire Cape. Renekton is doing a good job of staying even in lane right now. He's got Bloodthirster and Giant's built. He's only 4 creeps behind the Malphite. Malphite's not really pressuring him out of lane. Blitz and Graves are both sitting bot lane, afraid to move under tower. I feel like I'm not sure if they saw the Lee Sin there. If they did, good on them. There's a pull onto the Lux. A lot of damage. Graves misses the buckshot again. Evelyn's coming in from the side though. Sona's extremely low. Varus' ult manages to connect. He is taking super low here. Lee Sin just... Oh, that was very close. With Lee Sin jumping over to Varus, it prioritizes the last target that Evelyn is damaged. That's where her Q goes to. Jumping over to Varus, if Evelyn did manage to land another Q, she might have had enough damage to kill him. Whereas Lee Sin was going to be safe for at least a little while longer. They pop up into a ward. Do see the Evelyn. Unable to get onto her. Back in top lane, Whiteout is kind of getting pushed out of lane at this point. Doesn't have any health potions. PC Alien could go for a kill here. Doesn't want to go for it. Probably would have been a bad choice. Renekton does still have his ult at this point. Looks like he's just going to play it passively in base. He's a little low on mana. Probably doesn't want to give up that advantage. Never mind, he's decided to stay. He's going to push the wave one more time and then probably just come back to base. He's just playing a safe, easy farm game at this point. He doesn't want to give up any advantages towards the Renekton in that lane. Lee Sin just farming up the jungle. Across the board, he is same level as Evelyn. Everyone's staying up pretty much the same levels here. No one has made any real global objective plays. People are just happy to stretch this laning phase long until someone accrues some sort of advantage. I'd really like to see Malphite force a teleport, especially to that pink ward that is sitting right here on the bot lane. If Malphite were to teleport down to that ward, he could potentially turn 2 kills in his favor and push down a tower. However, he's still holding that teleport, maybe looking for an opportunity to capitalize on a team fight around Dragon, or potentially in the enemy's jungle or his own jungle. If you do pick up that teleport in the top lane, you're going to want to make sure that you have that you're taking some sort of advantage for it. It is a lot stronger going into the late game, but if you're facing against an Ignite top lane and you have teleport, you can make a lot more of your presence felt around the map. So that's an extremely important thing. Fizz coming in mid lane. Lux does not have her bind this time. Managed to get a lot of damage out. Whiteout just kind of sitting in the farm here, taking a lot of damage for free. Manages to connect the Q. Does go into the Fizz. Is he going to be able to position himself behind him for a kick? Doesn't manage to position himself behind. Didn't have a ward on him, I don't believe, to do the ward jump kick. Yeah, he's not. He didn't choose to go for the Sightstone Lee Sin build. It looks like he's going to be building straight into the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Again, Malphite's still holding on to that teleport top lane. He could really be making a play down here bot lane, especially with Lee Sin coming down. If he were to teleport right now, Blitz is going to go in for a grab. They can bait a grab here and then TP. There's the TP coming in right now. Kick back. Varus manages to land the ult. Malphite is bottom. No effect from Malphite. Didn't need him there, I guess. But they're 4 strong in the bot lane. They should be able to either grab Dragon or push down this bottom tower. And Evelyn is positioning herself. She might go in for a steal here. Nope, she's decided not to. She doesn't have vision of the lane. They do have a pink on it too, so they see her going. Blue manages to pick up that Dragon. That'll be respawned around 25 minutes and 30 seconds. Blue side will have the timer for that. Taking a little bit of an advantage here, getting a little bit of that global gold. Malphite is middle. He's in the position to make plays at this point. If his team were to capitalize, they can potentially get a lot out of this. I'm just going to check the chat to see what's going on.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Top lane, we've got the same matchup. Malphite versus Renekton. Seems to be there's a lot of all chat going on right now. I'm not personally a big fan of that.